evening, everyone. Welcome to this pre-recorded Rotor Talk Live. You can see it down below on the banner, scrolling banner. This has been pre-recorded for tonight. It's just me, Bill the Drone Reviewer, and it's Season 5, Episode 54, 2022 Drone of the Year. It's our last episode of the year. But before we get to that, one of the things I really wanted to call notice to was to thank everybody for showing up for the 2022 holiday giveaway last week. Valerie mentioned to me multiple times that evening how much fun she had. And likewise, I had an absolute blast. It is so much fun. We had such a great time. Valerie loves wearing those lights around her neck. So do I. It was just a blast. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And congratulations to everyone who won something that night. If you would let me know when you receive that, drop me an email. That would be great. Also, if you could send me a picture of what you had won as well, that would be great. And I'd like to get it out on Bill the Drone Reviewer on social media. So that would be fantastic. Again, I want to thank all you guys. And we're going to have some commentary at the end. But again, I want to thank you. And it's a small way of being able to give back to you guys, for your continued viewership and support and positive comments and encouragement for me. It really makes a big difference. Thank you guys all so much. What I'm about to say, it's not going to come as a great surprise what I'm going to tell you for my 2022 Drone of the Year, but I want to preface this before we go on there, okay? There are a lot of possible combinations, and I know I'll probably see them in the comments. Well, Bill, you didn't consider this. Well, Bill, you didn't consider that. One of the main criteria in choosing the Drone of the Year for 2022, it had to have come out this year, okay? So, and I just want to let you know, the Mavic 3, the DJI Mavic 3, came out in 2021, all right? What I based this upon were drones that were released this year, okay? And also, one of the other criteria that I used was also price point as well, too. I wanted to make sure something was affordable. And I know if you say under $1,000, that's kind of like, well, yeah, that's sort of, but not. And I understand that and I understand where people are coming from. But understand, again, the value for the dollar with what you get is just phenomenal here. So without any further ado, okay, the 2022 Drone of the Year, this should not be a surprise to any one of you. It's the DJI Mini 3 Pro, okay? The abilities and capabilities of this drone is just off the charts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a brief run through and a comparison, comparing this to the DJI Mini 3. I know I did a video on it, but I wanted to point out some of the differences here. We'll go over the pricing here in just a few minutes. So I'm going to share my screen, and I want you guys, again, what I'm sharing is part of what I had shared during the comparison video between the Mini 3 and the Mini 3 Pro. And, we're going to go over this again because I think it's worth noting. And I know I'm going to get questions about, how come you didn't include Autel? Again, I base this on drones that were released in 2022, and part of my other criteria was affordability. And I wanted something, at least under $1,000 mark. And this is why I chose the Mini 3 Pro. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. DJI Mini 3 versus DJI Mini 3 Pro differences. The camera, the Mini 3 has a 12 megapixel. You can take 12 megapixel pictures. Mini 3 Pro, 48 megapixel pictures. The Mini 3, it has 100 Mbps video bit rate, and the Mini 3 Pro, 150 Mbps video bit rate. And again, these differences are, that's why there's a cost different, a significant difference in cost between the Mini 3 and the Mini 3 Pro. They are different drones, and you do get a different set of features. DJI Mini 3 Pro does transmission system range, okay? The Mini 3 has DJI OcuSync 2. The Mini 3 Pro has DJI OcuSync 3. The Mini 3 has a 10-kilometer range. The Mini 3 Pro, a 12-kilometer range. Mini 3, 720p, 30 frames per second video transmission, and the Mini 3 Pro, 1080p, 30 frames per second video transmission. Again, what you're getting back to you, for those of you who are considering drones and looking at things, you're getting your video feed back to you in 1080p instead of 720, and there's a big difference in that quality. I know a lot of you who are drone aficionados already know that. But if you're new to this, that higher number, that 1080p, you're getting a a wonderful quality image back to you. Now, DJI Mini 3 versus Mini 3 Pro, obstacle avoidance. Okay, the Mini 3 has downward obstacle sensing only. The Mini 3 Pro has forward, backward, downward obstacle sensing, and DJI's legendary APAS 4.0 obstacle avoidance system, which is absolutely fantastic. And yes, it does work. I've tested it on a number of drones. It is absolutely flawless. 10-bit video footage. The Mini 3 does not have 10-bit video footage. Mini 3 Pro does have 10-bit video footage. Why is that a big deal, Bill? Mini 3 Pro has the ability to record 10-bit footage with the flat D-Cinelike video profile. With 8-bit color, RGB is confined to 256 levels per channel, while 10-bit color gives you 1024. Okay, there's a big difference right there, and that's incredible. And your color is just going to be sharp and really pop out at you. Now, the last slide I have here is price. The Mini 3 with a DJI IRC is $699. The DJI Mini 3 Pro with a DJI IRC is $909, and that's a price difference of $210. When all is said and done, you look at the feature set, you look at what the capabilities are of this drone, and I will definitely say that this is the best drone as far as handling wind is concerned, the best mini drone that I've had regarding wind. Wind speeds of, it can easily handle 20-mile-an-hour winds versus its predecessors started to have a hard time with that. Now, that does mean you're going to hear those motors rev up a lot. It will crank up here. One of the things that you do need to be aware of with this is, heat could build up real quickly, and I assume that's for the Mini 3 as well as the Mini 3 Pro, because if it sits down on the ground for a few minutes while you're going between takes or doing something, it's going to get hot and you're going to get a warning. And a lot of times it will shut down, and it shuts down on good purpose. In order to cool this off, in order for heat dissipation to happen, the drone needs to be moving, quite simply. So you really can't let this sit down a long time without it flying in the air, because flying is paramount to getting, ventilation through this. So again, I wanted to go over these differences again to make sure, because to me, in my mind, the closest competition that the Mini 3 Pro had was the Mini 3, but also too, the Mini 3 hasn't been out that long. So, there's not a lot of historical reference data to go by. I've seen some photographs and videos from the Mini 3. It does look good, but to me, the Mini 3 Pro, the sharpness of that video footage and the still photography is just incredible, and the feature set that it has. And again, the price point is under $1,000. That's absolutely fantastic, and you have obstacle avoidance on this drone, which I think is absolutely, positively fantastic. But I wanted to share a few thoughts. I celebrated my 5th anniversary of being on the air this year. I've been on since I believe June of 2017. So it's been 5 years. And first of all, I want to thank all of my subscribers, my viewers, my followers, the faithful who come to Rotor Talk Live every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. You guys are absolutely fantastic. And I can't say that enough. And I can't thank you guys enough about that. All right. One of the main purposes when I started this channel was to get information out to you guys in a succinct manner. So you rarely see any review videos go over 10 or 15 minutes, because I number one, I value your time, because, I want to give you information on the drone, maybe going over SD cards or a firmware update or a new feature that's been added via firmware update. I want to get this out to you, show you a flight, so you guys can go ahead out there and be able to do these things yourself. Your time is valuable, and I greatly respect that. And also too, the way YouTube works, the shorter the videos, the more chances are you're going to watch most of that video as well too. So there's a big reason why I do that. And that's why I will always continue to do that. One of the things that I do plan on doing in 2023 is actually getting out and flying more. All right. We had quite a year this year in 2022. And it started off on not such a good note with Valerie's father passing away. And it really hit all of us very hard in the family. It hit me very hard. And that was a big concern for us. And as most of you know, we recently celebrated the birth of our second granddaughter, Addie, and that was something as well too. It's been a challenging year, and I'm also having to adjust between working from home and going into the office. And my drives to the office are about an hour and a half each way, so that's about 3 hours on the road when I go into the office 2 days a week. So you know, taking all that into account, you know, my video production's been down. And what I'm going to do is to carve out time on the weekends to get out there and film videos. Now, one of the things when I get out there and I film videos, these are going to be relevant videos to the products. Okay. Again, we're going to talk about firmware updates to the Mini 3. We're going to talk about new features that were added during the firmware updates to the Mini 3 and actually take this out for a test. I have some videos coming up right now. I have one that I'm going to work on this weekend with the Mavic 3 and doing waypoints because I've been dying to get that feature and dying to get out there and test that. So, and I want to do it properly. I don't, I have very limited time, after work right now at 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 4:30 in the afternoon. It's starting to get dark already. So that's why I wait till the weekends so I can go out and have plenty of light when I do that. But again, I want to thank everybody for your viewership on the channel, for your wonderful comments, for your outstanding support, and just ask that it continue. That when you see notification come up that there's a new video that you like and that you comment on that video, that really helps me out a lot. That's the biggest way you can support me. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, of course, to subscribe to the channel as well too. So again, this video wasn't going to be very long tonight because I know everybody's enjoying their holiday, and I want to make sure that you enjoy your holiday as well. We'll be back in full gear starting the second week of January, so stay tuned for that. Look forward to a great 2023. Also too, Build a Drone Reviewer Limited Edition is going to be changing over to Build a Drone Reviewer Classics. We're going to be taking a look at some of the, and I have hundreds of videos that we're going to look at in a new light with additional commentary on that channel. The content that's on there will stay, but this is in addition to that, and that's what the focus of that channel is going to be. So make sure that you get over there, subscribe, like, and comment on there as well too, because there's going to be a lot of great content on there. Thank you all so much for a great 2022. Hope you all have a very happy and safe and blessed new year. And as always, it's a great day to fly. Take care, everybody.